You're standing on the outside looking in. You might have something to contribute to their conversation, but nobody cares whether you do or not. There's a barrier, and you don't know how to begin breaking it down.
How are you, young friend?
Oh, I am still hungover from the big after party.
The after party from what? Oh, yes. When did you go home? I saw you with Perush.
I just got home now.
I saw you with Perush and with Not Tweet Bahara, and they were fighting over the Perush, how that song goes. I thought that was very, very off-putting.
I think it was nice of you to get the Dragos to open up the restaurant for us.
Don't start with the Dragos again. Don't do it. I told you. I am very excited. And how's our? I'm sure the numbers. You probably had to get a new measuring device.
I did
to see how many upticks.
Yeah.
I did an extra tweet too. I wasn't kidding around.
I know you were so proud of yourself for doing a thing.
Yeah. Why not? Taking time out of my Cameo schedule.
Yeah.
To address that. Were you happy with the episode? How it came out?
Yeah. I mean, come on, Ed. It was just an episode.
Come on. Let's make more of a big deal out of it. That's going to be our new, what's it called? Our new argument is I'm going to be spending the next 20 episodes talking about, look, we're good. We don't try to be good. We don't say we're good, but we're good. People like us. They relate to us. They find in us the story of America. Two Jews who came over here. I don't know how they got here. But they had dreams. They were annoying.
In my case, unicycle.
Juggling 3 batons.
Yes.
It was tough when I started out juggling, Josh. I was juggling a couple of batons.
Yeah. I mean, it was ambitious.
Right, because I was like juggling different batons.
Yeah, you were spinning and juggling. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. And, I started out as a plate spinner.
Yeah.
And I felt like after a while, what am I, spinning plates?
Huh.
You get one thing going, you get the other thing going.
Uh-huh.
What am I, on a roll?
Huh.
You know what's bad for a guy who has horrible OCD is to become a plate spinner. It's not a good profession.
It's not a good job, no.
And when I decided to shoot arrows off of my wife's head, the doctor himself told me, if something happens, you will never forget it.
You will obsess over this.
I say, are you kidding me? One of my heroes is William Burroughs. He killed, I think, several wives, and he's still touring.
He went through more wives than apples.
He was more upset about rooting the apples. First of all, let's be honest. His wife agreed. It wasn't even an arrow. It was a goddamn gun, I think.
Yeah.
He shot his wife. First of all, what is great about that trick? Either you kill your wife or you shoot an apple.
Or you did something incredibly dangerous and stupid.
It's so terrible. What a horrible...
Yeah.
I mean, I have to think that there were some drugs involved.
Probably. I mean, it would take just the right cocktail for both parties to think that was a great idea at the time.
And I hate to say this because they do say this and they're wrong when they say it. But they say, why don't they say to the woman, why didn't you leave when he asked if you would hold an apple on your head? You don't know what it's like, they say. The abuse. You don't even know it's abuse.
Don't
go.
This isn't a good riff. I'm just going to stop you there.
Yeah, but it is kind of funny, right?
The William Burroughs stuff, sure. Tragedy plus time.
You can leave that in there. You can leave it in there. Are you so scared? You're so scared.
Let's let the one around William Burroughs' finger be the only trigger, though. Come on.
I'm not laughing at the idea of it. I'm laughing at how clever I am. Ho, ho, I say to myself, ho, ho, deal with it in your face. That's from the time period where comics learned, if I'm in your face and you're upset, it has to be good.
Right.
Otherwise, why would you? Hey, who here?
As long as 51% of the audience isn't upset.
Yes. I said to you that being gay was an illness, and some people got upset. That meant it was good.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Now you're so scared now. Now you're so scared.
No, now I'm not scared because,
Yeah, because it's clear.
Now we're back to equal opportunity offender territory.
Right. Now imagine having a kind of a career like what you're like Dice, and your whole career is based on who am I going to insult tonight, and will I get away with it?
Right.
It's not a good road to go. I told Dice he had two things he did great. he did a philosophy of world economy that was based on his feelings, the dialectic of capitalism.
Yeah.
And then he did this guy, the Italian guy. I said, go with the world lecturer. He wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah. Well, you wanted him to call it fuzzy dice.
Is that him like drunk later on? I have two characters. I got dice and fuzzy dice.
That's when he's confused.
Now, can you explain without being insulting culturally what fuzzy dice are? They that they hang from the mirror in your car, right?
I'm not sure why that would be insulting culturally.
Well, it's just that first of all, why are they fuzzy? Are they made out of a material that collects dirt?
They're felt. They're the kind of thing. They're the kind of thing you get with a big skee ball win.
But why do you? Oh, I see. So they're just like people see them and they're going, "Oh my God, look at those dangerous dice banging around there," and they go, "No, it's actually foam."
No, they're fun. They're fuzzy.
They're fuzzy and they're fun.
Yes,
and they're a symbol of good luck.
Sure. At skee ball.
At skee ball. I forgot what I was watching. I was watching some kind of show where, hey, I didn't even remember the show, but the guy wins a thing. He wins a big Kewpie doll, or is it a Kewpie doll or a Kewpie doll?
It's a Kewpie doll in my experience.
Okay, and he goes, he sees a little girl. Hey, little girl, would you like my big Kewpie doll? You see, you couldn't do that now. You can't have a touching scene where a man gives a small child a doll.
I think you can if he doesn't take her off somewhere private to do it.
I just think, why is everything being poisoned? It was so special. When I grew up as a kid, it was fun every once in a while if they put a razor blade in an apple.
Sure.
That kept you on your toes.
That's, trick or treat.
Hey, Mr. Mainway, the kids love the trick. The trick treats. Hey, it was class. Sorry, Eddie. Walk it off.
I may have had plenty of razor blades and apples as a kid. Who would know?
I don't even understand. Should I understand this joke?
No, the joke is I would never eat the fucking apple to begin with. I had candy.
You know the criminals that never did much damage were the razor blades and fruitcakes crowd.
Exactly.
Why do these kids take it home and chop on down?
Just hundreds of unrecorded razor blades going through the U.S. mail.
Okay, I'm going to close this up because I can feel myself. I feel like dangerous.
You're
like
in a dark place tonight. I kind of like it, and then I also feel like there's going to be some kind of crash.
Yeah, because there's always something to pay. You have to pay the pauper.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
If only the piper would pay the pauper, then the pauper wouldn't be a pauper anymore.
Oh, my God. Hey, folks, I just want to say, I don't know what he's saying, but there's a lot of wordplay going on right on over at J. Elvis's house. Head on down now and get a seat. Are you adjusting a medical chair?
Yes, I am.
Or are you doing a pretending to be angry shtick?
No, I was doing neither, really.
In other words, you weren't.
I was shifting slightly.
Is that, I don't care enough about you to get upset things. I don't care enough about you. Don't beat him up, they would say. Hey, I'm going to beat that guy up. Don't beat him up. He's not worth it. What does that mean? He's not worth it.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Well, what does it mean? Why would you beat someone up who you cared about and was worth it?
Well, no.
And we'll be back with.
I think it's the trouble you might get in.
I don't know. I feel like we're doing a two-man George Carlin.
I feel like I think we're doing two separate one-man things.
What's yours called?
Back from Drago's.
Do you ever add dumb sound effects to me? Like,
no,
I'm thinking of boing.
I find they're implied.
Ow! What you talking about? All right, I'm sorry. Ooh, is that wind?
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah, it's loud. How's the wind? Well, hey, how's the wind over by your area, Josh?
No wind here, Ange.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a tough one today. It's a twister.
It is that wind, he says, into a microphone.
Hey, can you say anti-establishment terrier? It's a tongue twister. All right.
All right.
Look.
Okay.
Let's get back.
Settle down.
Settle down. All right now. Settle down. Everybody, you know what? Shake it up. Maybe we could shake off that unpleasantness.
I think we should. Everyone stand up and take a breath.
Take a breath. The nice thing about it is it's not due to me being, well, I was slightly late, but I would say, I think 2 minutes or 1 minute.
You were not mentionably late.
That's right. That's true.
So nip it in the bud.
What's that?
So nip it in the bud.
Look, you don't control me. You don't tell me.
I do control you.
No, you do not.
I control you in post.
How can you? That's true. That's true. You can't threaten me with an unloaded gun. What are you going to do? I'm leaving. I refuse to edit. I don't know. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I don't like my voice recently. My voice is going to be... Am I doing one of those people who does too many voiceovers and they're like, hello? Well, I guess, why would they say that?
I assure you, you're not doing too many voiceovers.
Hey, do you say often? Because I have a problem with it. I mean, not a problem with it, but I never say often.
I don't lean into the T like that, no.
No, well, obviously, I wouldn't be saying it. Thanks, genius. Do you say often? Well, I don't say it like that. Well, that was my question to you. That was implied. But do you ever? I say often. First of all, I realize I never say that word, so maybe I'm wrong.
I think you say it pretty often.
Oh, yeah. And they're off.
My God.
And they're off. I'm going to say that after every joke from now on. And they're off.
It is like talking to a monkey tonight.
Whoa, hey, don't compliment me. I didn't think I was that with it. I didn't think I was that mature. What has happened? Is there anything big? There's no sports happening now. There's pre-season baseball.
I'm watching a basketball game right now. I mean, it's paused, but...
that's nice. Have they started?
Yeah, they just had the All-Star game.
Oh, but is this one of those All-Star games where they decide not to play it in recognition of the COVID, or are mixing it up with football's Pro Bowl? Did football have a Pro Bowl?
I don't think they did a Pro Bowl this year.
Right. But the basketball players played their guts out, didn't they?
Oh, God, it was for the kids.
And how are the Knicks doing this year? Just give me an idea if I have any chance at all.
The Knicks just got screwed out of a game against the Nets a moment ago, but they're doing good.
Is it because of a bad call?
They're about a 500 team.
Oh, that's great. But is it? I know coming from where they came, but were they screwed by a bad call?
Yes, by a non-call.
Oh, and it's not a replayable event?
No.
God, I asked this stupid. This is why every once in a while I would fancy myself, hey, maybe I'll do color commentary on sports. I don't have no fucking thing to say. Well, the only thing I can say is, Josh, who's doing well in the basketball league? That's not good.
No. And then,
like when Regis,
hey, did you move your chair? You know.
It's like when Regis tried to do briefly after leaving his show. He did a little sports thing.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, do you know anything about sports besides the Notre Dame?
It might be the one thing that Dennis Miller did better than you.
I can't even get hurt from that.
No.
And you're not even saying they did it well.
No.
Never. Did we listen? I was listening to one who goes, yeah, so, I say to Al, I just heard him on one of his shows go on and on about how he said this thing just to make Al Michaels laugh.
Yeah.
And how everybody in the booth didn't know what they were talking about. If Al Michaels is your band, that's a bad.
That's right. I made a reference about Minnie Minosa's tea set.
Hey, Michaels is cracking up. It's all I care about. It's like getting the bass player excited. How is, I have to ask now, is Clyde no longer has to be carried?
Clyde is in hopefully the last throes of having to be carried.
Well, don't use the word throw while you're, get it? But after one more week, after a few more days, or after you can't take it anymore? It will go up and down.
We'll see what the vet says on Wednesday.
Oh, this is the big week, folks.
Yes.
And
6 weeks today since the surgery.
Did you read that article in 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Did you read that article in the Veterinary Times today about how much the follow-up charges have gone up on the back operation appointments?
No, I actually read that in Droll Jew.
I like that. We'll be back with droll Jews. Here's what I'm telling you. If you don't pick up the energy on promoting our show, I am going to pitch us to the Jewish television network, and that's it. Exclusively to Jewish television shows.
Yeah.
So it would be like over 50 and forget about it. With Josh, you're the young host.
That's right.
Have a nosh, have a Jewish. I'm so embarrassed, almost humiliated by when it gets overly Jewish names.
Until next time, stay spry.
Next week, Josh and I will be interviewing Selma Diamond's nephew, who makes sponge cake. That's all I could come up with.
Yeah, well, but you said it loud.
And also, Selma Diamond's nephew's not bad.
It was something.
I think I'm very, there's something very funny about me. I don't know if it's how I say things.
It's your self-congratulations are hilarious.
Yeah, wait a second, Josh.
Back pat, back pat, back pat.
I knocked one of the headset things out of my ear by patting myself on the back. Oh, it's funny over here. I'm a regular Jim Carney.
You're a who?
Jim Carrey, I meant.
Ah.
So is there one thing that you could bring to the table? I am tired from carrying you for 20 minutes so far. Let's do it. Come on. Bring it up. Something happened to you. You came to a decision about something that you have to tell the listeners. Go.
I'm ending the podcast.
No. What will I do? What will I do in my life that I have mixed feelings about and are passive aggressive about? But wait a second. What other project can I get into there where the other person does the work entirely and I make funny jokes about the length of the show? I don't like this voice, so please continue without me. This voice is terrible. This is the voice I should be doing, and this is the voice that would have gotten us the KABC job years ago. Andy Kindler and Weinstein in the morning on KABC. Let's Jew it. Let's do it. You don't see that as being billboards all over town?
Yeah, let's Jew it. Jew it up.
See, here's the thing. If you feed into people's fears, then they learn to laugh at it after they kill you.
Try being pro-Semitic.
I'll tell you, though, I've been that guy. You did tell me to look out after that guy. Who's that guy from? Steve Soros? His name can't be Steve Soros.
I don't know. George Soros?
It is George, which is not that less of an American name than Steve.
No, not really.
Right. Hey, do you think that you could have put a little more effort into the show?
I don't know. Could you put
on one level?
Could you put one less gummy in your mouth?
No, I don't have a gummy. Now I wish I had.
No, I mean before the show.
Oh, no. You see, this is where you fall down on your face. You think that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's been several hours since I took a gummy.
All right, then what did you take? The extra Adderall? What did you do?
Something that must have been that. That's a sad comment. It's like you don't know even the things that are supposed to help me won't necessarily. Oh, don't call him. He's on his Adderall today. He should.
9 o'clock, only 2 more Adderall to go before he goes to bed.
I can't get to sleep, doctor. Well, what do you think is causing it? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I told my wife, I sat down with my wife. We had our usual midnight pot of coffee. And I said, honey, I can't sleep. She said, why don't you cut back on the Adderall? I said, don't be crazy. So you know what I've decided to use instead of Adderall? Subtractorol.
New pin tweet.
Hey, you know what I'm going to use for a pin tweet next time? A tweet about corsages. It'll be a pin tweet, literally. And then I said, that vaccine is a big shot in the arm. It's a big shot in the arm. What? The big who? That vaccine. It's a real shot in the arm. It's a real. I just saw that. I didn't know. What did you send me? You sent me every article on that. I just saw. I
just sent you 3 very easily found headlines that used that joke from local papers.
It's not it's the. Well, first of all, what day is it? When did they write it? Oh, February 5th.
Weeks and months before you.
Oh, but they're not making a joke. I'm hilarious.
No, they were making the same joke.
No, they were
No,
not.
read it.
Newspapers don't make jokes.
In headlines? You never see wordplay or puns in headlines.
But they're not supposed to be funny.
I don't know. Read them out loud.
When was the last time you listened to a local news story and you went, oh, the way they, and that's a lozenge we could all suck on. That was a bad example. But who likes the endings of those stories or remembers? You know what? I'm not letting you get into my skin or under my skin. I know that I do it very well on this show with all of my tweets are very funny.
All right. Well, I'm glad.
That's right.
I'm glad.
I'm going to stop looking over your tweets. Fuckface.
I'm glad you're so impervious.
I'm going to start pulling your tweets apart. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, you're afraid of it because you know that you can't stand the scrutiny. You don't stand up well under scrutiny.
It's true, not yours.
Oh, God. Me and Pharaoh, part 4. All right, look, everybody. Mia and Pharaoh? That can't be at the name of the show.
Yeah.
Mia.
When it comes down to it, it's just kind of like I don't understand the investment that everybody has in that story, really. I
think I do, because it's something that they've clearly decided. Ask your question again, because I think I got confused. What were you at? When are you wondering? What's in it for everybody, right?
Well, it's sort of like is the point to just make everybody go officially on the record saying, I officially cancel Woody Allen?
Yes. So, well, I think a lot of it has to do with Ronan Farrow. That he has a deal with HBO, so that's how come it happened. But then the whole thing where the media basically mirrors itself and they all come up with the same story.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird to me.
Yeah.
The thing that's so amazing is like I saw this the other day on because the LA Times, I think, has just become a garbage. I mean, maybe there are some good articles, but the way they promote themselves is just garbage, like shock headlines, you know? So one of their headlines is why Woody Allen defenders why they jumped the gun before the series to criticize it. So you have to believe that Woody Allen has a group of defenders that are monolithic. I mean, it's just crazy. I know I didn't explain that too well.
Yeah.
Did it make sense though? Or do you not relate to what I'm saying? Because it's all over Twitter. If you're on Twitter, they're totally all the time making salacious headlines where you don't even know what the fuck. And some of them may be completely true articles. This person behaved badly, but there's something like they're just like tabloidy about it.
Yeah, although the things don't always translate to Twitter trend the way they should.
Right. Like the article's better than the what happened to it?
Yeah.
You still get them or you stop getting them?
Stop getting what?
The Times.
I still get the Times.
I mean, you can't rely on anybody.
But, I mean, it's not like they're like, just because it's trending on your Twitter all day doesn't mean that the Times is like flogging it that hard,
Oh, I didn't.
If you look at the Los Angeles Times, it's not like it's drenched with Woody Allen articles.
But the Twitter I think these are promoted tweets.
Well, it's not labeled as such. It's right up in front of my face right now.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah.
It just happens to be that those stories are trending?
I don't know how the algorithm works, honestly. But usually if it's an actual promoted one, like there's one above it that says promoted.
Yeah, well, yeah. And also, but now, I mean, I still don't really know why every time I go to who to follow, it says Scott Aukerman. Does that happen to you too? Is he every time you go to who to follow, he's the main person?
No, I think that's different for different people.
Yeah, but why is that? That's a joke that he paid for to bother me?
Yeah, I think it is. But like the French Laundry was trending for like hours today with only a couple thousand tweets about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're right. I don't see any promoted things here. But then, I don't know. Maybe I signed up for something that says, please tell me whenever the Los Angeles Times.
Well, I think you probably have I think it localizes the trend. You probably are signed up for what's trending in Los Angeles.
And we will be back with the world's stupidest man who can't figure out how advertising works. How come they know when I'm out of milk on Facebook? How do they know? You know what I've seen, though, Josh, on a couple of these TV shows, like, because I watch these Real Housewives shows, and they're so, I'm not defending them, but they're guilty pleasures.
But it's been true that you haven't ever gone away from them.
That I've stopped watching them?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't I'm starting to get tired. I get tired of particular ones. But every one of them has this plot line. They have one of these people who claims to be a medium come over.
Yeah.
And does like literally the simplest party tricks that any Kreskin could do,
Right.
Anybody here? I'm sensing that somebody had a grandfather or a grandmother. I did. And then 5 minutes later, how does he do it? It's unbelievable.
I sense that you tend to trust people too easily.
What? I sense that when your grandfather died that you were sad about it. Yeah, I was. Oh, I see him. He's in heaven now saying, don't be. I am, you know what I'm watching now? Which will make you even more. No, you don't care. I'm keeping up with the Kardashians because the final season's coming.
Sorry.
And the Kardashians are more watchable than most of the shows. It's a horrible show, but every once in a while I can watch it more because at least they are ostensibly a family.
Yeah. All right.
Would you say you have no guilty pleasures?
Well, I mean, I don't know what a guilty pleasure is anymore, first of all, when it comes to TV.
How's that?
I mean, what the fuck is there to feel guilty about?
Because it's obviously bad programming, but you're feeling depressed.
Yeah.
And it cheers you up.
Yeah, well, that's all TV's job is.
No, I think that you're saying, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't care about it to have an opposing side.
I just don't feel like I know it's just an expression, but it's like, you watch it a lot. So you're not guilty about it. You've been watching it the whole time.
How do you know how much?
Because you've been talking about it for 4 years on this podcast.
Okay, well, this is judgment.
No, it's not.
Central.
It's the opposite of that.
It is Judgment Central because I'll watch anything. There's nothing on.
I know you aren't listening to me.
All right, then talk to me in a way that makes me hear you.
It is like I said. It is the opposite of a guilty pleasure. There's no fucking reason to feel guilty about it. It's what you want.
No, there is though. There is a reason to feel guilty. Well, because you watch it too much. I watch it too much. I watch everything too much. I watch the news too much. I watch everything. I'm an addict.
All right.
I watch things too much.
Okay. Well, then we're in a stupid conversation, I think.
Why does it think I'm not even upset or even at all? I'm having a discussion with you. I'm learning things that you're telling me about. You're telling me that I don't have any guilt about. I do have guilt about. This is where I think that I sound upset. People think I'm upset, so I must sound very upset. I don't feel upset, and I don't feel. Well, I do start to feel upset when I can sense that you are closing down the topic. Then I go, okay, well, I made a mistake of some type. I got into a topic that was.
No,
I'm just fucking around. I'm just trying to find something to talk about that seems interesting, and the Real Housewives is a guilty pleasure because it's not very good.
Yeah.
That's why you call them a guilty pleasure.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you have the balance. I'm glad
You're so full of
glad
shit.
the guilty pleasure balance is there for you.
Okay, let me just make a note that you're full of shit. So I'm just making a note then that you're bullshitting me, right? You don't really mean I have a balance. You mean your initial statement, which is why should you feel guilty about it?
No,
you don't feel guilty about it.
No, I'm saying you're insisting that you're guilty about it and that it's a guilty pleasure. And so I'm saying obviously there's enough pleasure to balance out the guilt and it's still okay.
Are you kidding me? Do you think that do you not watch too much news and then maybe you don't. Maybe you go, oh, that's just the right amount. I watch that. I think I do everything too much. Won't turn the TV off. Won't, just sit down in the dark for a minute. And yeah, I do think I do feel guilty about, not like I should be shot,
Right.
but I should do other things.
Yeah.
Right. So when you call them guilty pleasures, the reason why they're good to be called guilty pleasures is that you don't indulge in them too much.
Okay.
I just want to see.
But that's the opposite of what you said before, which was that you watch way too much of it.
That's why they're guilty pleasures.
No, the guilty pleasure is that you do it once in a while. You just said you don't.
No,
do
that's
it too
why they're
much.
right. If it's a guilty pleasure, you are by definition doing it too much, or you know it's bad. Here's what it is. You know it's bad. You know it's not good. Ultimately,
All
I
right,
think.
Let me just say, here's a pleasure that I don't feel guilty about at all.
Really?
After this band goes right.
That's kind of love. You don't bounce back from quickly. That's kind of love. The good so good, the bad so bad. That's kind of love. It makes you question your existence. That's kind of love, yeah. That's the kind of love that only comes around once in a lifetime. That's the kind of love only comes out once. You should be glad. That's the kind of love. It keeps those strings in business. That's the kind of love, yeah. Our love, arms defensive, you must attack. Our love, come on, say something that you can't take back. Our love, don't get phone calls at 4 a.m. just to start a problem again. That's the kind of love. Makes your friends call you stupid. That's the kind of love. It makes them think that you're so sad. That's the kind of love. Kind of like a chronic illness. That's the kind of love we have. Our love. Screaming in restaurants, making a scene. Our love. 39 messages on my machine. Our love. Neighbors pounding on the wall and nothing ever changes at all. Our love, throwing dishes and tearing clothes. Our love, rubbing faults in each other's nose. Our love, I'm powerless over its rules, so distant is the only cure. Our kind of love, it's a kind of love. It's a strange kind of love. Whoa, our kind of love. A particular kind of love. But that's the kind of love we have.
Oh God, we can't even be spies. The most fun I mean, you're better than me, right?
I can't say.
Don't call me comrade, though. That's the first thing they'll think about.
We'll sound like Nichols and May.
That last four of that guttural laugh were fake. Good evening. What day is today? It's today, Wednesday.
Don't say it. Do not say it. Okay, good. You didn't say
We
it.
all see it. We all see it. Oh, that's my favorite article that you sent me. I love that article. There's an article about the greatest series of commercials ever invented.
Yeah.
And we'll all see it.
Yes.
It's featured.
It was.
What do I gain?
As an improv moment.
I know. Did you see? I read that. I was like, yeah, goddamn right. What's that? What am I trying to prove?
I don't
that
know.
The advertising
It's
people
like
couldn't come up with a line that good?
You want in is, I think, what you're trying to prove.
I really do. It's, at first it was like, boy, it's interesting that Andy is so appreciative of other people's work. And then it shifts into, why the fuck aren't I in that goddamn commercial?
You just start seeing an Andy-shaped void and everything.
Yeah. Why am I cursing more? I don't like it.
It's Wednesday.
Why the potty mouth? It's you know what? It's hump day, literally.
Oh, you said it! God damn it!
God damn it. Oh, God damn it, Josh. That's my new voice for the podcast. How's it going? Oh, God damn it, Josh.
Jeez, will you stop with the...
Ooh, that was a good Archie, right?
It was started, and then I ended it with an oi, which took it off the rails.
This is okay. This is
Edith, I can fall there. Edith, you give me oi.
we go to Josh's workshop, and I'm taking the workshop.
It's Yiddish Archie Bunker. It's Yiddish Archie Bunker.
Yiddish Archie Bunker always makes the grade.
Oh, did you see the poem he gave me there, Edith? Jesus.
Wait. Let me look up shelf life. Shelf life on bit.
All right. Yeah, please do.
You're getting into my territory now.
Yeah.
Because as I've always said.
Because it's really not like me to do something antiquated.
I don't think it is it?
I don't know. Lionel Barrymore, James Mason.
Yeah, but you do it. When you do it, it's a tribute.
Yeah.
It's not reflective of your age. Well, maybe you're old now.
I'm
right?
I'm about to qualify for old pretty darn soon here.
When is it?
It's in May.
I can't believe it. Boy, are we going to do a lot of unpleasant pranks.
The ARP card is on the way.
ARP card jokes.
Yeah.
Denny's discount meals.
How did you deal with 50?
I don't think I loved it when it first arrived.
Yeah.
But I don't see the difference between me turning milestones with any of them so far. Like when I turned 30, I thought I was done.
Yeah.
40, I was convinced. Look, you started at 28, too late already. Now you're 40. What's your pipe dream, stupid? That's what I talk to myself.
Yeah.
And then at 50, I couldn't even relate to the movie This Is 40 anymore. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's a sad.
Wow, that's abstraction.
I was like my first landlord, or one of my landlords in Hermosa Beach. I don't like those movies after which they were all mumbling. Well, why don't you get your hearing aid fixed, Tom? Oh my God, he makes me laugh. Thinking of him makes me laugh so much.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the time that the lady, his wife, left a message on the machine? I guess the people in front of me hadn't been paying the rent for a long time, and they was like,
the people in front of you?
Yeah, I know. I thought you'd get that. How could you possibly get that? Perhaps if you had been, I'm now thinking of you and I were sitting in my Hermosa Beach apartment that you clearly can tell is a garage.
Yeah.
And we're talking about, and I'm giving you a story from the day. The people in front got in trouble. And so what happened was, the wife of the landlord called up. Well, she was the landlord too. Landlady.
Okay, so you lived in the back house, aka the garage.
It was a garage. It was half of a converted garage.
And then there was people in the front, in the main house.
In the main house,
but they were renters as well.
They were renters as well. That's right.
And
the
go.
Whole thing,
all right, I can go. And they got in trouble.
And my thing was an illegal setup.
Yeah, well.
And my thing was an illegal setup where he would still try to feud with the guy next to me who was a friend of mine who wanted to just park his car a couple of inches over the thing.
Yeah.
And my landlord, yeah, no way. He didn't even care. He go, well, your thing is illegal. It was quite a time back in the 80s.
Good times.
So, she must have been thinking that she was calling the guy in front. And so she leaves a message. Look, Ed, that's not his name. Look, Ed, you're not getting away with it. You owe us this and you owe us that. You better call. I mean, it was like a side effect I'd never seen.
Yeah. So this was on your machine then.
Machine.
Okay.
I think we had machines back. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what a great story. Anyway, what else is in the news? It seems like a good story.
Sure.
Hey, all the stories from
I don't understand what it was apropos of. I don't understand where it came from. We were talking about the commercials, and then suddenly it's a mean woman from 1980.
Oh, I know where it came from. If I can trace it, it's good.
Okay.
I trace it from that it reminded me of my landlord who said he didn't like James Dean and movies that came after James Dean because they mumbled and he was completely hard of hearing.
Okay.
That's how it started.
All right.
Now, how's it going to end? That's a whole other situation.
Yeah. Speaking of things coming to an end, I actually have a topic.
Let's do this.
We took Clyde to the vet today for the 6-week checkup, and he's good.
That is such great
He's
news.
pretty much free to go. He's got, a few little limitations left, but she dubbed him 95%, which is right where I had him.
She's not doing the Mel Brooks bit?
No, she wasn't doing the Mel Brooks bit.
Now, what can he do?
He still shouldn't do the jumping up.
Oh, okay. Does he like jumping up? I mean, was he a great jumper?
Yeah, he likes jumping. He was a good jumper. And I think he'll get back there, but he can do stairs now. But I had to fucking convince him he was allowed to do the stairs tonight.
Oh, he thought you were trying to gaslight him?
Yeah, he thought it was some sort of bad dog entrapment situation. So, he really thought it was a trick. And so I literally had to pick him up and then put him down again at the foot of the stairs. And then he got that I was giving him permission. Oh. And he went up like a perfectly normal shot.
Well, see, you can communicate.
It was a delight. It was a delight to see.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
This last 7 weeks have just been like, oh my God, the center of our universe has been this fucking dog. So much as I love him, and he's welcome in the universe.
So you don't feel guilt now, like you were telling me off pod. Oh, that's the worst $20,000.
Yeah, like anyone believes we talk off pod.
All right, shut up. Okay.
But no. So we're very proud of ourselves for putting the work in, and getting him through it, and we're both very relieved that we don't have to wonder where he is every fucking second now.
This is such good news.
Yeah.
And
considering 6 weeks ago he was paralyzed, pretty good medical work too, I'd say. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how we can show our. Well, I think you already did show your gratitude.
Yeah.
With the $30,000 check. That first day.
You just keep bumping it up.
The first day you told me, you went and goes, if I said to you, it's going to cost $75,000 for your hamster to be run through a cage, would you do it? I don't know where I'm going from. Where am I you know what I'm kind of going for? What's too much?
Generationally, I've evolved, because there was a story with my dad, which I've probably told over the past 4 years, but what the hell?
I don't remember. It doesn't sound familiar.
Cycle back. We had a guinea pig that we ultimately had to put to sleep when it got sick, and my mom was called my dad. This is the 70s, and she was like, "Yeah, it was like $40." Or she called him from the vet and says $40 to put him to sleep. And my dad was like, $40? Jesus, bring him home. I'll back over him with the car.
We're not laughing, folks. We're not laughing.
So, generationally, I think we've evolved.
You've come a long way.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's a fucking guinea pig.
First of all, if,
for the record, we did pay the $40.
I think that. I was thinking about that. Yeah. And, of course, if you didn't pay the $40, he would be the guinea pig who you experimented on.
That joke's a real shot in the arm.
I just got a local award from the Kiwanis Club of Detroit for my fantastic pun-filled and just delightful. They call my humor delightful now.
The Breakthrough Award, they call it.
Do people have to be upset for it to be funny? No. Can't we all feel good about ourselves and no one gets hurt humor? So this is good now. This is a good time period. And, I don't know. I got nothing. Something about lucky I was going to say. How come I have nothing now? Can I go back to just regular listening? I don't know. It's tough.
I don't know. I don't know what you feel like you have to do here.
I feel like I have to, okay. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to hear the details about the story, and I'm going to listen to them,
Yeah.
and then maybe I'll add something.
But you don't realize the story's over now.
No, I don't realize that.
Okay.
And then I realize the story's over. Well, the story isn't completely over. We had a couple of add-ons there that were pretty good, I thought.
Yeah. And then this recap.
This recap's not bad, but it's like tagging, as I've said. It's like on Twitter. It's like tagging replies is Nowheresville. Nobody reads them. Very rarely.
Well, no, you have to want the author to laugh, pretty much.
Yes, you have to, for once in your life, not think about stupid amounts of numbers.
I did that I tagged a joke of emos once. A Twitter joke. And it was a funny joke. And in his opinion, my joke was funnier than him, and he literally called me upset on the phone.
That sounds like
how
emo.
about if I take my tweet down and you can just put yours up, or I can, whatever you want. I'm very upset that he was legit upset.
He thought that you were going.
And I was like, emo. Literally, the reason I didn't do a retweet comment was because I was trying to impress you. Oh.
Wow. That's a good, see, you're in, you're out, you told them the story. Nobody got hurt.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Context was given. It was
Context, people can understand it. It'll be available in the show notes. Hey, if you want information about the emo joke, go to the Wednesday show notes. Under. I'm just fascinated now by show notes. Fascinated by it.
Yeah.
When I say fascinated, I mean it in the same way that Nicole Wallace means stunning.
And when you say show notes, this is like for a podcast?
Oh, I thought it wasn't clear? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
The show notes. That's all I do is listen to podcasts.
I know. I don't, though. So
I don't
that's
really.
why I was
I'm not even
clarifying.
doing it. Well, you have a podcast.
I know, but we don't have show notes. We don't have show notes.
Yeah, because are not aware of them. You know how much of a viewership, a listenership we have if people had more places to go?
Well, also, if we had show notes, I'd have to cop to all the shit I've put in as clips.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have to do that. No. Stay away from the show notes. I've said that to you a million times.
Stay away from the show notes. Don't do the show notes.
I thought, don't do the show notes. I think that did Bruno Kirby have a different name? Was he Bruce Kirby first? Does Bruno Kirby have a brother who's called Bruce Kirby?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So I'll look on my own time.
Right.
Because I
wanted to know. I wanted to know that, but I don't.
Well, the thing that's interesting about it's not interesting, but the thing that struck me about Bruno Kirby's already on another Columbo.
Yeah.
Earlier even. This was like his first acting work. And his father was an actor, right?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. I'm fascinated by Bruno Kirby, but yet won't lift a finger to find out more.
Yeah.
Sadly. Won't lift a finger. I think we're doing the festival, I think.
What festival?
Comedy festival.
What comedy festival?
The one in Montreal.
Oh.
I think we're doing it.
What do you mean we're doing it? Oh, the speech?
They said we're going to do it.
The speech, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I still think of that as a you, not a we, even though it's we.
We're doing it, baby. What do you mean we're doing it? Come on. It's the royal we. Oh, you know what I saw tonight? Was Johnny Carson with Maureen Murphy on it. And she was very funny. Do you remember her?
I don't.
She was from Australia.
Yeah.
And she had a great set, and she made a little noise, as they say in the business.
Yeah.
And I hadn't watched her in a long time, but she did this joke. I thought it was a pretty good joke. She says, I thought it was a pretty good joke. She says, Princess Diana, she's talking about what royalty does and how they do everything different. So Princess Diana, she took the royal pregnancy test. The peasant died.
Yeah, sure.
And she did a lot of political stuff, like Reagan stuff. It was like 1982.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was fun to see her, but then realize I don't know what happened to her. But very, very funny is what I'm saying.
That's kind of my favorite kind of spot, though, is when you see, because you always hear about the Carson spot, the magic Carson spot.
Yeah.
And then you'll see a comic that you've just never heard of. You go, well,
Yeah, I know.
not always magic.
It's not always magic. Yeah, I know. I'd like to see. And also the human interest acts can sometimes be so horrible.
Yeah.
Like I know everybody makes fun of the potato chip lady, but she was a good, interesting lady.
Yeah.
But then there's somebody's like, Johnny, so is it true you've been whistling since you were 4?
All right.
Yep. Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You're not going to turn this one into gold Rumpelstiltskin.
All right, and now when Johnny comes back, he'll be doing another Jonathan Winters style bit.
Yes.
Ah, more fricket. Ah, I can't even make fun of him. All right, why did that turn bitter at the end? It was a perfectly nice story about seeing lovely people in the past, enjoying themselves, and then it got.
And then you went, he's a hack.
He's a hack. Johnny Carson didn't deserve it. Why did he have a show? Why didn't I have a show in 1982? I was alive.
It's fun, Johnny Carson did it right, except for didn't seem to enjoy himself.
I'll tell you one thing that he was really good. Like people have said it before, but just like he wanted to laugh from what she was saying and he thought she was funny. So he was very, very solicitous and, when she came to panel.
Yeah, no, he was a good audience. He totally was.
And this was her second appearance.
Oh, yeah.
And she went right to the panel.
Boom.
And Jack Lemmon was there on the show.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, you know how they get, I don't know if you remember, you do remember, but they would get up and they all walk towards each other.
Yeah, they all mill about during the.
They mill about.
Yeah.
So I have this image sometimes that Jack Lemmon was like could be a little full of himself.
Yeah.
But but I used to love, I used to love Jack Lemmon. Now I used to love him. And then the way it works with me is if I love somebody, I don't want to see any dark sides. So, but you could tell he was walking over to Maureen Murphy, and just the way it looked, it was just like you could tell he was about to launch into some kind of. So you're in comedy, are you? I just knew it was one of those. You're gonna like this story, Maureen. Here he goes.
Yeah,
he was launching in. Now I would love to have been the receiver of that story, but Ed seemed to get up first.
Yeah, well, he knew. That's part of Ed's job is down couch leadership.
Down couch. The other thing is when Johnny, no matter how he tries to slice it, he's just thrilled to be leaving the day. He comes around and he's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
That's all I had there. Okay, Andy. So you told a little story. So what do you want?
Chunk.
What do you want? A cookie?
Stay tuned for the best of Kindler.
I also keep my tapes in a underground vault or wherever he had them.
Yeah, in a salt vault.
Why salt?
Because that's where they do a bunch of that media.
Oh, it's
stuff,
dry.
Which is underground salt caves.
And they're drier, right?
They're
I don't know why
whatever they are.
salt.
They're perfect.
Stick them on salt. A lot of the old VHS are wrapped up like bacon and cured. I have nothing funny to say. Doo-dah, doo-dah. I have run out of funny things to say all the doo-dah day. So you think that I would just listen like a regular...
Talk all night. Gonna talk all day.
Oh, yeah. Talk about... Pretend that I talk to you
Sometimes
off
I talk and talk for free. Sometimes I talk for pay.
Hey! I still am not eligible for a shot. I filled out everything.
Yeah. But
it's
you can lie now.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Fuck these assholes. So, do you know people who are not going to survive? Be honest.
I have fake imaginary diabetes.
I'm going to be the sucker in the last guy in the world on a ventilator.
No, I did check.
Guess what?
I did check my BMI just in case I reached the obesity standard, and I didn't get there.
And you can't just have light diabetes.
Yeah, but it is literally the honor system now. It is you just have to attest that you qualify because they can't ask you what your thing is.
Oh, is that true? Oh, well, I couldn't live with myself.
I couldn't either.
I mean,
But I bet there's
week.
a fucking lot of people who are living with themselves just fine.
Those people will be able to do one thing that some others won't. They'll be able to live. You know what? I look at it differently now. Every man for himself. Out of my way, Matilda. I think it's got to be soon, though. I just have this feeling it's going to be soon.
Yeah, I actually feel pretty good right now about it. I feel better that Allison's got one in her now.
I also feel I don't want to drop the ball.
And my old mother-in-law is fully vaccinated now.
Sounds like she's not a cat, okay?
No, but she's fucking 90. Come on, you can call her that.
That's right.
She's
Yeah.
just about 90.
Fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to I'm more and more determined not to leave the shelter until it's safe.
Yeah.
I got to be vaccinated.
I feel better now. I mean, right now, I don't feel like it's the air is dense with virus. I mean, I'm not. I'm taking the same precautions as if it were.
Right.
But it doesn't.
Well, they said it was 2%.
Yeah,
really low.
It doesn't
right?
have the same, quite the same intensity going to the grocery store right now, for example.
Oh, I see. But also, places like Texas are just going to open it up. You know, they could spread it themselves.
Yeah, they could fuck it up real bad for everyone.
But you know what? We're hopeful, Josh. And that's what we're trying to communicate. I can't stand the sound of my voice. I can't stand what I'm saying. I don't like it vocally. I don't like that I can't. I wish I was more of an alto or like a tenor. I wish I could sing like a tenor. Yeah. I can't.
You don't even have to hear it through earphones. So.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't help me, the earphone. Oh, it's just different now. I can hear the world slightly. You know.
Huh.
Oh, I like that. You have perfected. No one would know that you're dead asleep. Huh. No comment till the time limit is up.
Right.
That would be a great prank. If somehow you could prove that I'm so self-absorbed that all you had to have is a robot saying, okay, and see how long I go before I realize I'm alone.
I bet I could get a good 7 minutes just me doing it. Obviously I'm not going to invest in the tech. But I bet I could get 5 to 7 minutes without saying an actual word. Just guttural, just
Yeah. And if you keep me in that zone where you keep me, I'm semi-interested I'm more interested in myself than anything else, and I seem to be onto something, it would take maybe 20 minutes.
Maybe so. How many times have you kept talking after I hung up?
Oh, a couple of times, I'd say at least 2 or 3 times, like seriously embarrassing, where you should have realized it earlier.
Yeah.
You can't get that time back. Where you're gesturing like you're in a voiceover studio. And nothing is there. I was going to hang up on you on Monday.
Yeah.
As you were doing it. And it's and you even gave me you did it like as an impression of me. Well, I
gave you some runway because I didn't want you to feel like I was literally being curt hanging up because we had our little bicker session there towards the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were very, very cruel to me on Monday. And let's not talk about it.
You were very cruel to me on Monday.
Don't mock it. Don't mock it, Josh. Don't mock our argument.
Don't mock it, Josh. Don't mock it, Josh. Don't mock it, Josh. Don't mock it, Josh.
I watched A New Leaf the other night.
Oh, I got confused. It's A New Leaf. So it's a TV show, right?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, I know nothing about it.
It's was Elaine May's writing and directing debut. And Walter Matthau and Elaine May.
And how was it?
It was good. It was, I had seen it years ago, but I didn't really remember it. But it's very, it's dark and, and like most Elaine May stuff, there's no character you can really fully get behind.
Right.
Which I love about it. So yeah, it's good.
What else did she do that I would know of? I know that I used to remember what I've seen of hers.
Well, Ishtar, of course.
Which I never saw.
But Mikey and Nikki, which we
which
watched.
I did see as part of our thing. Yeah.
And what's it called with Grodin?
The Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah.
She wrote that.
She directed it. Neil Simon.
Oh, what a great! Oh my God, that's a great movie. I mean, I'm talking about the sequel with Ben Stiller.
Right, the remake.
With the remake. Why did I call it a sequel? Yeah. Because you're not very bright.
It was good. Sometimes you remake it, you get a chance to take out all the problems.
I wonder, is it like what is the sound that goes on in Ben Stiller's head when he does like a horrible movie? I mean, some people seem to be able to do a lot of horrible movies without, like Steve Martin doesn't seem to mind.
Yeah, I think
movies.
It's,
I don't want to screw up your relationship with Steve Martin, so we can just exit this conversation.
I think it's, there's a, I don't know. There is, I'm sure, some sort of algorithm that says how many bad ones you can do before you got to do something good again.
Right.
Like Eddie Murphy has had an amazing run.
Oh, because he just keeps coming back?
Of doing shit. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Shit. Hey, he was good in that. Shit. Oh.
It's going to be a lackluster list when it's all done.
It is, but,
there'll be some great movies on it.
Well,
Trading Places.
This guy's had a 40-year movie career now.
Yeah.
If you can list more than a half dozen good movies in someone's, whatever they're fucking called, obit.
Yeah, no, I'm all behind. First of all, we are both, like family.
You and
because
Eddie and I?
What's that?
You and Eddie and I?
Yes, because we both frequented a very famous store in Los Angeles for diminutive people. His photos all over the wall.
Yeah.
At Jimmy O's.
I understand.
Now I'm not sure if Eddie shopped at Jimmy O's or the tailor I used to use had Eddie Murphy's headshot.
I feel more like it would be the tailor.
But Eddie's not huge.
No, but he's not Jimmy O, and he's certainly not.
That's true.
He's certainly not off the rack.
That's right. But he would have a really good tailor.
He probably would.
Paul was like, charge you $150 or $200. He was the real deal.
Yeah.
If by real deal you mean,
okay.
It's like it's
Are you
not
fucking Taylor dropping on me now? Jesus Christ!
Look, let me tell you something. Look, let's just say I have a couple of nice suits.
Yeah,
I'm okay in that department. Do you need any suits? Free.
I do for my ventriloquism, dummy.
And for my ventriloquism, done.
Hi, I'm Alan Al, here at Jimmy Al's for Men 5'8" and under in Beverly Hills. And today I'm going to show you what kind of clothes do short men look good in. First, short men look better in clothes that are proportioned. When it comes to pants, you want to wear a short rise in a flat front most of the time and a trimmer leg like you see here, thus helping you elongate your legs. The same goes for jeans. You want to wear a shorter rise jean in a trimmer fit, enough that you're comfortable but not so much that it feels too tight. This will also help you look taller.
I was speaking to Joel. I'm making this up, by the way.
Okay.
I was speaking to Joel, and he said that you refer to me as a useful idiot? This does not sound...
I would never refer to you as useful.
It hurts my feelings a little bit. Oh, it's useful! Bing, bang, I missed the joke because I was involved in my own reaction. Ha ha! Hey, I want that as a sting from now on. Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!
All right, you got it.
So that was my only joke I came up with pre-show.
Okay, good one.
It's a good one because it fits into my brand.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be like the worst thing in the world if I was accused of or guilty of some kind of espionage and I would just lose it on the stand because I'm not a fucking idiot, and then boom, I spill it all.
Right.
I chopped up Cheney and put him in a thing. Okay, I always go one statement too long. Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!
You get to see where you really live once in a while.
Yeah. Hey, that's not in my wheelhouse. Okay.
All right.
See?
All right.
One of it,
All right. All right.
charming.
Say the quiet part quiet again.
All right. Quiet voice. I'm going to use my quiet voice, okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. You ready?
I mean, we could go right into questions.
I guess we're going right in. I think that might be the safest thing.
Let's get that at least locked down before everything else goes off the tracks.
I'm having a hard time buckling down in general today. So,
you came to the right place.
exactly. So I'm having a very hard time working. So please don't make this work for me.
Okay. Let's buckle it down.
All right. Bunch of people seem to have sent non-hashtagged questions this week. It's all crazy.
I noticed that myself.
It's all crazy, Andy.
And I usually notice nothing.
That makes
And then
me
I see-
suspect they're not even listeners. They're just responding to your tweet.
Well, the other thing is that I spend so much time making my solicitations clever.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha! Bing bang! That sometimes they're not clever or provide any information.
Well, we try. I appreciate that you try. That's not
Thank you.
That's not one
Thank
of those situations where I'm going to bust your chops.
Yeah, but you will bust my chops at some point.
I will bust your chops in many areas.
That's why I'm wearing a thing. What is it when you wear and nobody can shoot you?
A chop protector?
Yeah.
Dan Wade says, guys, now that you're in the 200s, each episode matches up to an area code. Great opportunity for some local marketing. 201 is Jersey City. 202 is Washington, D.C. If you want to plan ahead for next week. Tesho 900 can be behind the paywall. See?
I liked where this is going, so I'm going to keep going. You ready? 203 is Washington. 204, Milwaukee. 205, San Francisco. I know a couple. Every once in a while, like if you say 415, cool.
I know a couple. That's great.
Yeah, like Sacramento. Go ahead. Ask you what Sacramento's is.
That's 415.
916.
Ah,
Some of
damn
them.
it.
This doesn't sound like a good premise for a bit.
No.
Try me.
Upstate New York, Schenectady.
Hello. Connectedy, New York. Hello. I just called it Connectedy. Hey, let me tell you something. You stick with me a few years, we're gonna take a trip to Connectedy, New York. Too much build up for nothing.
It was a repeat. That's the thing.
And I'm writing it down.
Oh, good. Remember that time I misspoke?
It was so funny. I even got a call from Norm Crosby's estate.
He sent you a detraining order. He sent you a sheesh and resist.
I was looking back, Facebook. Well, you don't know on Facebook, but all of the men of other places do. Hey, here's the memory of something you said. Here it is. I start looking at these things I've said on Facebook, and they're just so terrible. They're just boring.
Yeah.
I hate this person. This person's stupid. Here's a joke here's a joke I can't remember the reference to. Stop voting for these stupid idiots. These stupid idiots are going to kill us. And then, of course, it's on Facebook. So I'm not even going to Facebook. So I'm torturing a whole website with these stupid, disconnected, topical garbage. Even Clyde's and Lucky's upset about it.
That's right. Thank God you did better on Twitter.
Sadly, you're wrong. These are coming from Twitter.
Ah.
So people on Facebook from Twitter, Andy Kindler from Twitter.
Sure seems like he's having fun over there. Looks like he's friends with Ricky Gervais.
Oh, I guess they're not friends. Oh. This must be, I wonder how Andy feels about this. He's got millions of people mocking. He almost cried on a podcast and yelled at the guy. Don't hate. You're a bigot. You're a bigot. You're a bigot. Oh, God. My past is not as rosy as you've been painting it.
Yeah, but it seems like it's down to fewer things. That ring bigger.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Cubach.
Yes.
Yes. It's worth noting that the Monday part of TS200, you revisited the history of the show. Instead of picking out the highlights, you instead asked each other what the worst ever moments were. Way to be on brand, chaps.
That's true.
Yeah. I thought it was more interesting to see what grudges you had.
Yeah. Well, it's always good for me. It's like a double punch in the stomach. What is your memories of you being out of control and angry for an hour and a half, Andy? Do you remember anything? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There was the third Woody Allen conversation.
Right. But the takeaway for me is that you walk away mad at yourself and not me. And
There was the time I wouldn't stop talking about Lorne Michaels, and you told me to call back.
Pickles says, "What's up, guys?" Which, Pickles, you tried a little harder with the name than with the question, I gotta say.
I think because of the name, the question didn't work as hard in the question.
Not much is up over here. Just trying to get some work done today, not going so well. How about you, Ange?
Oh, you know what? I'm feeling good, and just think of me as a humor helper, hamburger helper. I'm humor helper.
Huh?
Oh my God!
Wow,
that reference is old.
That was one of my first big jokes in my act.
Let me hear.
The hamburger helping hand. Do I really want to be eating a ground up beef product where the logo is missing a finger?
I don't even get it, and I'm laughing.
It only had 3 fingers. The hamburger helping hand.
Oh, it's
I would do a visual with my hand to help.
When you think of like all the funny bits people have done about, but really truly horrible food, like hamburger helper is horrible.
It's really
Hot
not
Pockets.
That I mean, hamburger helper really isn't. I mean, it's not good, but it's not like horrible. It's just.
Oh, it's just spices?
No, it's basically just, a version of macaroni and cheese that you add hamburger to,
Oh, it sounds terrible to me. Well, I'm just not the fault. You can't. Don't.
I mean,
play,
it's not. You're not saying it's high quality chow. I'm just saying it's not gross. It's not inherently gross.
Right, and it's not like I'm trying to. I don't like these people who try and pass off spam as good. I bet you have a spam recipe.
Spam's a different matter. Spam is actually weird ass animal matter in a can, whereas hamburger helper is just powder and noodles.
I think I feel better about hamburger helper after this.
Yeah, good.
But not so good.
As a brand ambassador, I feel good that I've done my job. Tuna helper too.
Oh, I don't like that. Whoa, I'm just a person who reacts negatively or positively.
You do not like casseroles, I get the feeling.
I don't. I think I had my fill. I mean, if I'm really hungry, I like a frozen dinner macaroni and thing.
Okay, you're like a Stouffer's guy.
It just sounds stupid. It sounds it sounds worse when you repeat it back to me.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Yes, I'm a Stouffer's guy.
Okay, we all got to eat. It can't be. There can't be an aluminum dome over every fucking meal.
It can't be. You can't go out to the.
Okay,
to
great.
The
It should be silver, probably the dome. But
I can't expect every meal to come.
The only Stouffer's thing that I ever regularly ate, and I still would if I had one, is the spinach souffle.
Ooh, I don't even know that one.
And the occasional corn souffle. Yeah, it's worth it.
Corn souffle is good.
Yeah, it's worth it. Getting both and making a swirly yin-yang side dish with them is good, too.
Oh, my God. You got to come up with more appetizing names. Why did I say that? Okay, I'm
don't know.
sorry.
You
I
ruined it.
apologize.
Fuck
Please
face.
don't be mad. Please don't be mad at me. I will recover from it. I was wrong, and I apologize
No,
for
it
all
was-
previous examples.
All right. Okay. There you go.
Better, right?
That's better.
Even if it feels good to have me. What am I being? It's not like sycophantic, but like kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah. Obsequious.
Obsequious is a better word.
Yeah.
But, I'd rather you apologize for the non-offenses quickly.
You did it again. You did it again. Good one. That's the worst Ed McMahon. That's the worst solicitous psychic. You did it again. Joshy from downtown.
Yeah, that's no good.
Because I would see, even as a sidekick, it would be pulling focus.
That was oversequious.
But don't you think if I agreed to be the sidekick, it would end up being horrible because I would pull focus?
Oh, God, yes.
Joshy! Tell him about it, Joshy!
Please, Andy, enough with the elbow pump.
I'm helping. I think I'm actually, my life is analogous to when the club owner comes over and goes, look, you can't talk so loud at your table. I'm helping!
Right.
That's my whole life.
Your problem is you have a first banana spirit and a second banana body.
Every time you say that, I think of Jeff Garland telling me that I'm the second banana.
You're not, though.
I just think, don't you think it's weird that on a walk to a car, someone would decide which banana you were?
Well, I mean, it's weirder that someone would take it seriously for 30 years.
Yeah, how about somebody who doesn't say anything? I don't say anything. I'm friendly to the guy, and then 30 years later, I strike out like a vicious dog. Like a seething rabid dog online. Oh, I guess you're promoting your stupid goddamn Goldberg show now. Ooh. And then I have to defend it. Well, he wasn't
He
nice
told me
to
I was a second banana once in a parking lot.
Did I ever tell you when he called me second banana? This used to be the highlight. This used to be the meat and potatoes of my life. Were these stupid feuds?
Yes, I remember.
I saw Jeff Garland. I like when I apologize to him, and then every time I've seen him since then, I expect him to go, "Good apology, buddy."
Right. Whereas the best way to accept an apology is to move on immediately.
But then there's other people who go, and I'm just saying this between me and you, don't let this go on the podcast.
All right.
But there's other people who go, we're happy when I was having a feud with him, because he was mean to them.
Say again.
They were happy that I was having a feud with him because they were mean to him, because he could be mean to people, Jeff. You know what I mean? He could be rude to people. And so.
If they were siding with you mean?
No, he could, in general, he had been mean to them at some point.
Okay.
Like a lot of people.
So you open the door for people to come through with their Jeff Garland grudges.
How else do I get to feel better about myself if I can't find 7 to 12 people who've had a similar experience and also waited 20 years before saying anything?
The bitter piper, if you were.
I like that. Everybody gets out and gets, airs it out.
That's right. Dan Marsh says, "Hey fellers, who are some comedians that you really like from back in the day that the rest of us might not have heard of? Could be someone you worked with or not."
This is something that always gets me, but let me try and, instead of panicking.
Well, I've mentioned Michael Floorwax before. He always made me laugh a lot. And he became
And Bill Bauer.
Wild Bill Bauer is a great example of that.
Back in the day. But Dom Herrera used to make, he's still a comic though, but Dom Herrera used to really make me laugh back in the, was one of the first people who really got me going.
Yeah.
No, just feel free to join in.
I'll throw.
What's
Were you doing Dom Herrera or were you?
I was kind of doing Dom Herrera in a way. Hey, look, Cheech. Maureen Murphy. I just saw her.
All right, there you go.
I'm really bad with these. Does your mind also want to not remember when people ask you?
I don't do favorites or lists very well on command, really.
Did you just hear are we near a harbor and that maybe a big ship just blew its thingy? What is this thingy?
I don't know. It's just another conversation I have to edit out.
No, but you can. No, I'm going to save it right now. On a boat, when they warn you that they're coming, here we come. See, I made it fun for you. It's amazing that even if you're annoyed, I can appeal to your side that likes to make noises.
Absolutely, you can.
Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!
Josh, I know that you're dying, but I think I just heard a faucet dripping.
What happened to the... Oh, he's gone.
Good to the last drop.
Hey, that was great. Oh, he's dead. You know what? I don't feel so bad. That's me after you die.
No, I thought this would be worse.
3 seconds later. You know what? I'm kind of getting over this. Easy. Allison, how are you feeling now? I mean, it's new.
I know it's a relief, right?
Right? That's not. I just want people to say that I would never act that way. Overtly.
No, I picture you just for the rest of eternity, just texting my old number, ready.
Ready.
With never answered. You just keep texting, ready.
That is how I want to die. I want to be setting up at age 95 for a podcast, and I'm setting up, and I'm running late. Ready, death. And then the other part I like about it is, for some reason, Susan's out of town, and you have to find me 3 weeks later.
When it finally wafts by my house.
I really, seriously, and you can speak to Josh about this, I just want to be the second half of a Dateline where they discuss how they never saw anything so horrible or the smell that
He
was bad.
was a winner that became a dog's dinner. It never meant that much to me. Oh, poor Andy.
I don't know what that was, but should I?
It was Nicolo's Marie Provost was the name of this.
Oh, wow. You're like a jukebox.
I am.
Except you're a Jewbox.
I'm a what?
You get it? Your religion is Jewish. Jew.
Seth Dick III says, whoa. I was looking for Mama Dick III and found her in the basement with her headphones on and listening to her, quote, hi-fi. Her eyes narrowed and she said, is a dream a lie if it don't come true, or is it something worse? What should I tell her?
Here's what you should tell her.
Why are you eating, Andy? Don't eat.
It's a banana.
Why do you think that makes it better? Just because it doesn't crunch?
It doesn't. I learned 2 weeks ago it doesn't help. Stop eating. Look, you're going to have to write this great American novel about Mama Dick, because I can tell that's what you're doing, Seth Dick. When you use things like Mama Dick's eyes narrowed, I know you're ripping.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you say, get out of there, say. You see Mama Dick, say.
Jason Parton, carrying on with what seems to be a theme of the week, just saying hey. So, hey, carry on.
I just stuck like a big orange in my mouth. What's the next letter?
I think on Monday I said it was like talking to a monkey. Sure enough.
I like food.
I like banana.
I'm so hungry. You think I'll make it to the rest of the show? I'm going to text Susan to tell her to get a snack ready for me when I'm done. Oh, okay.
All right.
It's gonna. You know what's going to happen after this phone call?
The rest of the banana?
No, gummy time. It's gummy time.
It's 4:20 somewhere.
Oh, every time I think of that, I think of how much Doug Benson loves us. Every time you
I know.
think of 420.
What should I tell them? They keep asking us back.
Oh, I can't. Really? You never told me. Can you just say we're very busy? Can you send them a preemptory email saying we don't want to come back? How about that?
Okay, that's pretty direct.
Yeah, you heard
Yeah,
him.
that's a pretty direct, unfunny way to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And tell them in no uncertain terms.
Okay.
Put them against the wall or something.
Mozart too says, "Oh, this appears to be a verse here." So, hello Elvis, hello Andy. Heard the show. Wow, that's fantandy. When you both got all yes Andy, I just about spit my grapes out. Cotton candy. Sorry I missed being a part of Test Show 200, but I never miss listening or enjoying. Thank you both.
Aw, you can always win my heart with a rhyme.
Every single goddamn time.
And we're going 200 more, I told Josh. No matter what.
Don't end with Josh. It's a cul-de-sac of rhyming.
200 more. Here's the 200 more. Shut up.
Mama Dick III has chimed in to say, "Don't believe this guy. I never listened to Springsteen."
I'm lost now. What? Oh, that's from a different letter. At least it wasn't from a letter this week that I'm forgetting.
Yeah, it was from two ago.
Huh?
Two questions ago is my point.
I think you're both lying. I'm coming up with generic responses that work.
Seth Dick III is back, although it doesn't seem to be. Oh, maybe it is. If it's it could be subtweeting Mama Dick III because it says what do comics think of people stealing bits from others? Is Carlos Mencia a respected member of the community?
They're trying to drag you. They're trying to get you in trouble, Josh. They're trying to get you to referee, moderate an internal struggle.
Yes, when of course all I'm going to do is fan the flames.
That's exactly right. Why did I have to say that? They didn't get anything extra out of it. That's exactly wrong.
Chaotic Neutral also seemed to go the verse route.
Was it Nipsey Russell week?
Maybe it's Dr. Seuss week.
Ooh.
When COVID is over, Josh is planning a trip. Andy wanted to know what kind it would be. Would Josh vacation by car or by ship? He asked, is it by land or is it...
Hip?
I'm going to go...
Ship?
Yeah.
Slip?
Spicy, maybe?
Or is it spicy? What is this, a jumble? What are we doing, Sudoku now? Everyone's stepping up their game, or maybe they're not stepping up their game. Everyone's getting more elaborate.
Yeah, everyone is I don't know. They're rewriting the rules to their game.
I always think of the one person who doesn't, or whoever, maybe there's more than one, but whoever doesn't like the letters part of the show, just steaming now. Oh, God. Now here comes this guy back in.
Maybe.
I don't think that's a current listener.
No, I'd like to think that they just listen for the first hour.
It's pretty safe to stop listening an hour in, fellas. Oh, that's good to know. We should add the paywall at an hour and a half.
Yes. Just for the Yoshi Yamamoto song.
Is that happening now?
No.
Oh, damn it. That would have been a good segue.
I know. And it would mean we're in the last half hour of the show.
Oh.
Which would be even sweeter. Tweet Bahara says, hypothetical. You have to give up one of these joke constructions. Either more like or cut to. Which do you keep? I'm keeping more like all day long.
Give me an example of that. Oh, I don't think it's this. More like that.
Yeah. More like not funny.
I don't want to give up cut two either, though. Cut two.
Yeah, but you can always sub in flip two for cut two.
I'm not. You see, there's a lot of Republican in you.
No, I don't think so.
But there's that Weasley part.
like
I didn't say the other thing. I said
like-
this thing.
Like the Gilligan, you can't make me, you can't make me, you can't make me. La 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 is a flip joke.
Okay, but that's because you're the man of a million.
More like the man of two. See? I want it. I'm keeping it.
More like.
Exactly.
And I'll never let go of what's next. What's next? Something crazier?
Yeah, no, hold on to what's next.
I'm writing it down.
And how, also.
And how. Those expressions I do love because they remind me of my parents and stuff. And how. And then some.
That's where my parents would go Yiddish, is on the expression sometimes.
I wish my parents went more Yiddish. My dad did, but he would mix it up with German. And
I still picture your parents going Yiddish, even though I know it's not what we think would be the Andy Kindler origin story with the Quakerism and the atheism and all that.
Yeah, but my father would celebrate his Judaism, where my mother wouldn't have, because she'd be running it. She'd hear the word and she'd go, "Is that necessary that we dig into that?" With the, it would embarrass her.
Oh, is that what it was? Was the being outed?
She was the only Jewish person in her community when she grew up, and she hated it.
Okay.
Her family was the only Jewish.
So her deep desire was for her Judaism to just disappear.
She patented the expression self-hating Jew. She holds that and three-peat.
But it wasn't the same kind of assimilation thing, it seems like, though.
Because it was assimilation.
Well, I mean, assimilation meaning Jews who go to cities and just sort of try to blend in, as opposed to literally she was the only one in her town.
Well, when she grew up in Mamaroneck, so Mamaroneck didn't have Jews.
Right,
at that time.
Except for the one, is my point. She couldn't. She couldn't assimilate. Is my point.
Now I'm starting to get it. Yeah, that's true. She couldn't assimilate, but she also didn't want to assimilate, and she also didn't like being Jewish. There's a lot of things going on there that I probably
But
don't
what
know.
was there a philosophical part of Judaism that made her reject it and yet pick a different religion?
Well,
or was it just the cultural baggage that had built up for her?
I think it was the cultural baggage. I think she went along with it because, you're supposed to send your kids to temple, and then of course my aunt copied her. Oh, whatever I do, Aunt Charlotte's got to come in the next day and set up at the same temple. So there were a whole bunch of different reasons, but she definitely had this thing of she didn't like when people were overly Jewish. I mean, I can't think of specifics, but just like you could see that.
Like Jackie Mason?
Like Jack Mason, or just the pushy Jew. I used to have that joke, people say, how you can be a self-hating Jew? And I say, spend a day at the temple where I grew up. How are you? Where is your mother? It's like she associated that with Judaism. And
I just love that your ultimate act of rebellion is being super Jewy.
Azzy. See, that's the thing. I when I started comedy, said, well, I'm not going to rely on it as a crutch. And then I've been using it as a crutch, as a cane, as a joke to ride.
Body cast.
Body cast. It's a joke I could ride around in. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Jew going down the street. See, that's the part of me that I do think is like Jerry Lewis. Like, I like to feel I'm above Jerry Lewis, but it does make me very happy to just say I'm a Jew. Hello, Jew coming. Jew at 6:00.
Well, you're above Jerry Lewis now until you go to hell as well.
That's true. And I hope he's there. I hope he's doing a telethon. That to me would be hell.
It's a hellathon.
Walk on. He sings that at the end of the night. Walk on.
No, there is no end of the night. It's a
That's right.
It's a hellathon.
It's a hell of a lot. With love, it's getting hot in here, Satan.
He keeps cueing the band to do "You'll Never Walk Alone," and they never do it.
Because he's a Satan. What are you, Satan? If you call me Satan like that one more time, I'm going to fucking pulverize you, Jerry. Oh, devil's mad at me. Sorry, devil. I don't do a good Jerry Lewis.
Don't call me Boopsy.
Boopsy. Hi, Boopsy. How's Boopsy doing?
Says, and it is in fact a reason. It is a reference to our show.
Okay. Oh, did you ever figure it out?
Yeah, they reminded me. It was Boopsy's James Mason's son's name.
Was I yelling at you not to call me Boopsy?
I believe you were. Yes, you weren't being a very good boy. Despite the fact that you get 4 birthday parties a year.
How do you figure that?
That's what happened, according to Josh Mankiewicz.
Oh.
Who was a guest at these parties as a boy.
Ah. Ooh.
For his father was the attorney of James Mason.
I forgot that connection.
Hello, Mank. I'm in a jam.
James Mason. You are James Mason.
Why, yes. That's why the caller ID says James Mason.
No, but what I'm saying is you got to tour around like that guy who did Will Rogers.
Oh, yes. I think.
A Night of Mason.
Indeed. James Mason tonight.
Freemason. Oh, bad. Don't go with my puns, James. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult you with my bad comedy.
Wookie Talkie is here to say, what is your favorite figurine and your favorite candy? What is the name of your album? That is the name of your album title in honor of Cat Stevens' Buddha and the Chocolate Box. My album is called Chewbacca and the Charleston Chew.
So it's your favorite candy, and what's the other one?
It's your favorite figurine, which which is a sort of a leap to say that everyone has a favorite figurine.
Okay, so
and then your favorite candy.
Starship Enterprise Necco wafers.
All right, good. You got the structure. I'll go with.
Think of my favorite candy, though. I can't think of it right now. I don't think I have one.
Yeah, you do.
Chocolate?
High chews.
That's right.
I would go with my most recent figurine, which was a joke that my friend Barry sent me, a doll of Wedge from the Star Wars trilogy, original Star Wars trilogy.
I don't know that character.
He was an X-Wing fighter.
You sure he wasn't a hunk of romaine?
But he was an X-Wing fighter he was a pilot who appeared in all 3 of the original.
What's X-Wing?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry.
Boy, Andy.
Did I get it wrong? Should I know that as a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, you really should.
Oh, no wonder why Hamill himself won't listen to our show.
That's Star Wars 1.0 bleep blorp.
Is LeVar Burton in Star Wars?
He's not.
Well, why is he Star Trek?
Yes.
Okay.
I once sat behind LeVar Burton and Brent Spiner on a plane.
That must have been you were all in first class, I guess.
We all were, yes. And we were all headed to the same sci-fi convention.
Did you say anything?
Hercules Kevin Sorbo was there too, as was Rudy.
Who's Rudy?
Sean Astin.
Kevin Sorbo's kind of an idiot.
And Lou Ferrigno was in Coach.
That sounds like a Lou Ferrigno anecdote.
It does. Imagine being the person sitting in Coach, looking at your middle seat and seeing Lou Ferrigno come down the aisle.
Sorry, Lou. Don't say that to him.
He can't hear you. Don't worry.
Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!
Noted Texan Energy executive says, what's the first record /cassette/CD/wax cylinder you recall owning? Well, I don't know. The earliest records, I guess the earliest one I remember that wasn't like my parents was a Walt Disney record of the movie. You know how they would do those movie records?
I think so.
You'd kind of hear soundtrack from the movie, and there'd be like a booklet that comes with it, kind of.
Oh, my God. What a ripoff.
For
the kids.
For the movie Robin Hood.
Oh.
Animated.
But don't, okay, that's your first, wow.
That's the first one I can say, and it might even predated me. It might have been my brother's. But the first one I ever bought with my own money was Sean Cassidy in first grade.
Do they hold up, those songs?
Do run run they.
Oh, man. That's so delightful. I still think
he was a Hardy Boy at the time, let me just say.
What is that? Is that a show? That was a show? I read the original books, my friend.
Wow, that's great. You're old.
Eat your heart out.
We get it. You're old.
Look, I don't want to brag, but I've read most of the Hardy Boys cover to cover.
Do you know who wrote them?
Yes, F.W. Dixon.
All right. Franklin
W.
Dixon.
Franklin W. Dixon. And then he also wrote not the Helen Keller books, the female version.
I don't think he did write the Nancy Drews.
That's what I said. Exactly what I wanted to point out. People think he did. No.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he did.
You know what I say? I have so many incorrect facts stuffed in my brain that I push a lot of them out. Alice Cooper, Vietnam, boom, gone.
Encyclopedia Brown,
boom. Jews control the media, bang,
bang. Oh, still there. Mad City Architect says, I came across an old Abbott and Costello movie the other night where Lou Costello was not available and was replaced by Elvis Costello. Wondering if you might have a clip. Well, you came across it. Why would we have a clip?
Because he's making it up, first of all. And he's hoping that you will do Elvis Costello.
Oh, okay, I see. I don't know why speaking Elvis Costello will really be that entertaining, but here I am.
Who's on first?
The first baseman.
And so the name of the fellow on second is what?
What's
on second?
Why don't you look at the program?
Elvis burying the bits. He's burying all the comedy bits. I don't think it's irrelevant one way or the other. I can't do a British.
Brian Tate.
Brian Tate.
Yes, Brian Tate says, now I know why the lady in the grocery store was so excited. Thank you for making me laugh every week, and thank you for introducing me to the cotton candy grapes.
What did he eat?
Cotton candy grapes.
Are they good?
You're not setting me up well if that's what you're going.
I am. I'm setting you up poorly, but
that's what I'm here for. Better set up for cotton candy grapes.
It's like Tennessee Williams turned inwards.
Tom the Tom Tom sends us a picture of a pizzeria called Zuzu's Kitchen with the caption, every time a bell rings, a hipster gets his pizza.
That's
Zuzu.
right. That's right, Zuzu. That's right.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
Annotated MST says, can you play Summer of 69 and dedicate it to Lana Hot Stuff Jones from Cuddles and add, I'll always remember the backseat of Dad's Buick because of you. Wrong kind of requests? Do you guys have any good car stories? It doesn't have to be the backseat.
My car stories are all about having terrible cars, like the Ford Country Squire station wagon that I invested thousands fixing.
Like that a bear got in or some shit. Arr.
No, an angry raccoon got in the back window because the electric window, I couldn't afford to fix it.
Yeah.
Or at least I thought I couldn't afford to fix it. Or I couldn't ask my dad for the money or something fun.
I have to say, though, that riding around with a raccoon in the back did make you look like more of a country squire.
How's it going there? Don't talk to him and don't pet him.
Please don't feed him garbage.
Ford and a Kindler Country Squire wagon.
Craig Kelly says, I just wanted to remind James Mason that he needs to get the rest of his picks in for the Thought Spiral March Madness pool. I appreciate that he paid. Tracking down the money sucks, but he only submitted his picks for today's games.
Oh, you made it, Drew. That was a whole picture of a question.
Why, yes, I've just sent you a Zelle. You know, check your account. I just sent you a Zelle. It's a way of sending money through an app.
No, I don't have Venmo. No, Venmo.
Tom the Tom-Tom's back to say, Josh, please don't shame Andy for tweeting and retweeting dad jokes. I'm a dad. It's all I've got. You know why I like camping? It's intense. Good night, everybody.
You know what? You can't buzz my mellow with your cut ups when you cut up with me. I'll be coming up with the same top notch, shot in the arm style tweets, no matter what the reaction is.
I realize that part of my violent reaction to that tweet was on both sides of the ledger. It infuriated me that you were proud of it, and it infuriated me that like 1,000 people liked it.
I wouldn't say I was proud of it. I was both proud of it and ashamed of it.
Well, but you retweeted it and then pinned it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think it's off the pin now. You know, at some point you got to let these things go. Look, I don't like it. I don't like that tweet. People love it. What do you want me to do?
So I just want to know that. Just want you to know that any anger that you may have received at just you should be, dispersed.
Okay, I feel that definitely helps me.
You're part of the problem.
Not the whole problem.
Not the whole problem, exactly. Shiftless Element says, with the Oscar nominations in, what are your thoughts on Mank? Oscar-worthy performance? Solid impression of Mayberry Town drunk Otis Campbell? Both?
I didn't see it, but you have.
I have seen it. I thought it was good. I mean, I didn't think his performance was the best thing about it.
Gary Oldman?
Yeah, but I didn't think it was a bad performance, but it wasn't, it was sort of the whole thing, though, that made the movie,
Yeah.
So I thought it was good, knowing that the young Mankiewicz brothers, and I use that expression loosely, approved of it,
So it's somewhat
not that they
realistic.
didn't know him,
right? Of course, I just realized that. Of course, they didn't know him,
but they knew his brother.
That must be hard seeing a movie that's based on somebody in your family.
They seem to be enjoying it.
Okay, well then I'm ready for it.
Both Josh and Ben seem to have highly embraced it.
Okay, so to the person who's going to come out with Janet, a life, please be nice.
Richard Cole says, have either of you ever been to an NHL game? And they put National Hockey League in parentheses after NHL.
That's sad.
But I'm guessing you have attended MLB, NFL, and NBA games.
I've been to an NHL game a couple times, and I did like it better live.
Yeah, it's way better live. I've been to probably a half dozen NHL games, like probably 3 North Star games when I was a kid, and at least a few Kings games out here. And I've been to a few college hockey games too.
That's a lot. That's way more than
I grew up in Minnesota.
Oh, so what? It was the only other thing you could do.
Exactly.
What do you want to do? Ice skating? Or you want to see a hockey game? And you played hockey? You probably told me this. I don't remember.
I did not play hockey because I was a terrible, terrible skater.
Me too. Jews, skates.
Jew ankles.
Jew ankles. Oi! Enough already. Ugh.
I ruined my ankles wandering in the desert. Stephen Elton Yates says, every night over 250,000 Brazilian free-tail bats exit Carlsbad Caverns for their nightly feed, up to their body weight in mosquitoes. Any TV movie star crushes from your childhoods? Barbara Eden and Julie Newmar were 2 of mine, he said.
Boom. Bingo. Bango. Bango. Those 2 were, and also Laura Petrie and the woman from the Avengers and anybody else.
Here's my question. Well, and it's the same. I guess it goes for the Avengers too. Julie Newmar, is she a crush without the cat suit?
I think so. I think so. That didn't. Either way, I told her when I met her in my dreams.
Yeah. I did meet Barbara Eden once.
At later?
No, at that same exact sci-fi convention I flew with all those people I just mentioned.
And she was nice?
She was very nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Let me see. The first TV crush I recall was Valerie Bertinelli on One Day at a Time.
Oh, well, I was 30 at the time, but I agree with you.
Yeah, well, that's sick.
What? How old was she in the show?
She was started at 14, maybe.
So stop saying it. The later years. I didn't like the first years.
All right.
What was the name of the show again? Such a great show. Very annoying. Bonnie Franklin annoyed me. Is that the right reaction?
She was annoying, yeah. But I watched that show a lot.
Did you like
it was on?
But that's not a show you would go back to at all, right?
I don't have the DVDs, no. Yeah. But I like.
You don't have the receipts?
I like the theme song, I have to say.
Sing it to me. One day at a time.
Yeah, there you go. Lon Kruger Mellencamp says, hey, it's March Madness, the month we talk college nicknames. The Hokies, Razorbacks, and Dragons are all playing as I tweet. What's your favorite team name? Fake team name? Television Savalas out.
TV Savalas out. My favorite name for a team, which I patented,
I love how
the Joosers.
The Joosers.
Yes.
I like the Users, which are the Jews that lend money.
Oh, that's is the most anti-Semitic word I think that's ever been invented.
I'm just like how Lon Kruger Mellencamp has to keep all the Television Savalas goodwill from his previous name alive. I think Hokies is a pretty funny name just because it's a neutered turkey.
Gamecocks.
Gamecocks.
In the old days, my nickname for my penis was Gamecock.
Yeah.
Not now, baby.
No.
Here it comes.
Now they just call me Howard.
It doesn't sound so masculine anymore with Howard. Would you like to have sex? I don't know. Let me ask Howard. Huh? I call my penis Howard.
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
We already tried this. You called the doctor after 4 hours.
The worst thing in the world, an acted out two-hander if your erection lasts longer than 4 hours joke.
That's right.
It's a two-hander now.
That's right.
Hey, Josh,
it's been a two-hander for some time now.
Hey, Josh, I guess did I tell you I can't get rid of my erection?
Really? How's that, Ange?
It's been going on for 3.5 hours. I'm either going to call a doctor or all my past girlfriends.
Why, that's a heck of an erectile dysfunction quandary.
Boop, boop, boop. Beep, 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 beep. Jokes.
Robert Welsh II.
Robert Welch II.
Robert Welch II.
I know this man. This man I know.
How did Andy Kindler first realize that he wanted to do comedy for a living? Did he? Who were his early inspirations?
Well, I think I've talked about, I didn't know I wanted to do comedy for a living. I wanted to be a famous musician. And Jackie Gleason's, your Lucille. I loved Lucy, but not stand-ups. I wasn't so thinking about stand-ups then. Richard Pryor.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Robert.
Richard Pryor is always the safe who's your favorite answer when it comes to comedy.
Well, it's also because I definitely don't remember listening to Joan Rivers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't remember. And the comics who went on Carson, by the time it was Richard Lewis, that's already the 80s. That doesn't count. Shecky somebody? Wouldn't it be good if it was Shecky somebody that influenced me?
All right, now I'm going to try to go back and recover some of the untagged ones.
Oh my God! And this is a new category.
A Thumb says, "I like when you guys say fuckface."
Okay, fuckface. Thanks for writing in. See, I called him fuckface.
You did. You turned the tables on him.
Hey, fuckface. You know, when you turn the tables on fuckface, it could be very painful. Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!
All right. John Rushing says, how has comedy evolved since the gay French king? Because many people, historian types I mean, now classify comedy as BGFK and AGFK.
That's a very interesting, I think it was a pivot point, as they say.
Yes.
A pivot point where even people like me had to look in my own heart and say, what am I holding on to? Like old man Richmond Jerry has to have his gay French king joke. And I just realized though that no, just my material is poor. It's fine subject matter wise. Just isn't funny.
Yeah, people people get literal with your little clever things sometimes.
They do?
Yeah. Because you said,
mean?
Think of a question between 1 and 10, send it over. So people answer things like 3.
Oh, okay.
Or
3.
7. Or when's the best time to find street parking after midnight?
I see that as these people are one step away from a cult.
Yes.
Which they'll get disappointed with. The other thing is, when you draw attention to yourself and you start to get involved in yourself and think you're great, you end up hung in Italy like Mussolini.
It's a straight line.
Take me down off the pedestal, people, before you hang me.
Well, you'd actually kick out the pedestal.
Such a good joke.
Well, that's our show.
I don't think. Can I do the plugs today?
Yeah, let me just get my finger ready.
No, everybody, look. We love you. Go over to buyacupofhoohoo.com, buyacupofcoffee.com. Also, you can still
That's not what
rent.
it is, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can still rent. Hence the humor. It's just $15.95 and more in Canada. Hey, do you like Chunks? Well, Chunks is now coming out on Laserdisc. Tell your friends. And Andy's new poetry series called Jews Who Snooze on a Cruise. I just think I'm going to get hung up on. So what's the point?
I wanted you to keep going, though.
And also, don't forget that Josh has his first audio.com book coming out called Hear My Voice. It sounds good, don't it? And Andy, weather permitting, will be doing marathon comedy this summer at the Railing Wall in Jerusalem.
Okay, now you failed.
Ha 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 ha! Bing bang!